Hey everybody, I'm John at Cut Cards. Hope you're all doing well. It is Friday, May 17th, and I'm doing a VR here for Dan at Old Sarge Collects, who just recently surpassed 400 subscribers. Congrats, Dan, on that. I really like your channel, and I think you're actually closer to 450 now than 400 at this point, so that's awesome. I'm here going to doing a VR for you, where you've asked us to share four cards, a quartet of cards, graded 4. So I'm happy to do that, and then also throw 4 shout outs out there to 4 other channels. I'm happy to do that as well. Really like participating in VRs when I can. So let me turn the phone around and yeah, show you a couple of cards here. Actually, 4 cards. All right, so I'm going to kind of alternate between shout outs and cards here in the next few minutes for this VR. The first channel shout out I'd like to make is for Video Guy 316, Doug. He currently, as of this recording, has 150 subscribers. He has a really cool intro to his videos, and I like the way he talks about his cards. I believe he might be a Yankee fan as well, so that's gives me yet another reason to watch. I think Doug, if I understand right, I think you're big into Mickey Mantle and stuff, so. Which is just, I really enjoy looking at your cards. So yeah, please, if you're not subscribed to Doug, go on over to Video Guy 316 and do so. And I've got all 4 channels in my description below. Here's the first card I'm going to share as a 4. This is my 1967 Topps Hank Aaron. Why this card is special for me is that this was one of the first few vintage cards I ever purchased. This was back in, I don't remember the year, but it was either the late 1980s, somewhere in the 1989 to 1991 window. I picked up this card at a card show, and it was in a screw-down holder for over a quarter century, 30 years almost. And I sent it in a couple of years ago to SGC. I think it was in my first grading sub. Came back a 4. It didn't matter what the grade was. This was always going to be a special card, and I think this is actually one of Aaron's best cards, actually. I just love this swing pose he's got. I like the batting cage in the background, so I think that's a really, really cool card. What I'm going to try to do is I'll try to keep these along, fitting in the screen here as we go. It might be pretty tight by the time we get to the 4th one, and I'm going to go in reverse chronological. So this was the most recent card. They're all in 50s and 60s, all 4. The next channel shout out I'm going to do is for RipFan8, Stephen with a PH. He currently has 147 subscribers, and he has recently shown some amazing cards. I mean, he at Strongsville, I think he picked it up there. He has a 49 Leaf Jackie Robinson that he showed in a recent video, which is just an incredible card. Just looks so good. It's a 2.5, but it looks better than that. He's also shown a Sanella Babe Ruth in an even more recent video. So he has some incredible stuff. And I got to meet him briefly at the YouTube content creator event in Strongsville, so it was really great meeting him. And Stephen, maybe we'll get to cross paths again at the National. I do hope to attend there. So check out his channel. And the card I'm going to share next is a 1963. And I've shown all these cards before previously. None of these are new to my channel in terms of none of these are making their debuts on my channel. This is my 1963 Topps Stan Musial. In a 4, and what is special about this for me is that this is the first vintage card I ever bought. That I remember. Aaron was probably 2nd or 3rd, maybe 4th, somewhere the first 3 or 4 vintage cards I ever purchased. Stan the Man here definitely was my first one. I remember that very well. And what I remember really liking about this, and I bought it raw, and it was, again, I think it was in a screw down as well. And I freed it and sent it in and got this 4. And it looks really good for a 4. I mean, the bottom edging is there's not much of it. So it's got a little kind of wonky thing going on right there. Not sure what that is, just some kind of print mark. Another one kind of right there. But the off-center on the back is probably what hurts it maybe quite a bit. It almost looks like a miscut on the back, actually. Now knowing that I've, having done many more submissions since this one, The off center, the degree of off centeredness on this to where it is almost a miscut probably hurts it pretty good, because gosh, the corners are decent on this too. So I remember when I first got it, I was slightly disappointed on the 4, but I think I could see why it is a 4. And it's just, I mean, the image itself's great. It stands last card. I just love seeing all those stats on the back. That's what really pulled me in originally, was seeing all the stats on the back going back 20 years or more. So that was just a super cool card. I'll always love these 2 cards for the reason that they were among the first vintage cards I ever bought when I was still a teenager. So the third channel shout out I'm going to make here is to Value Vintage Cards Aaron. Aaron has 125 subscribers currently. He's only been making videos, I think, for a month or less. And he's just got some really good stuff. The video that really pulled me in was, I think, his most recent one. He had it was his first SGC submission. I think it was 20 cards, and the hits just kept on coming in terms of like iconic card after iconic card. I mean, they weren't all 5s, 6s, and 7s, but they were amazing cards. And just when you thought you saw like the best card of the sub in terms of like, all-time great kind of card, baseball card, Hall of Fame kind of great. Shout out to Ray from Philly there. Thanks for doing that. That was a really awesome thing you did, and I voted for that for the first time, and I didn't do a video about it. I probably should have, but slight digression there. But Aaron just had amazing cards in that submission, really pulled me in, and I watched another video or two. Check his channel out, Value Vintage Cards Aaron. The next card I'm going to show, the next 4 here, is this 1957 Topps Roy Campanella. The reason I chose this card is because it was among my first, so when I got back in the hobby in 2020 and I started shopping on eBay, just sort of dabbling in both some new and vintage, pretty quickly moved to vintage more in terms of where my interest goes, although I still open a little bit of current stuff. I'm going to be going into the Topps Chrome Platinum next week that comes out. It's the 1954 design, which is probably my favorite set of all time, next to 1978. Apologies for another digression there, but I might do a video actually of me opening a box of that, just FYI, because I'm kind of excited about that. It should be fun. Anyway, the Campanella here. So when I got back into the hobby and I was buying, this was one of the first pickups I made on eBay, probably within the first month or 6 weeks of me starting to buy some cards on eBay for the first time. This was among my early pickups, and I bought it raw and sent it in, got the 4. It's a rough cut on the top. I don't know if that means it was maybe a vending machine card, because I don't know the whole history of vending machine cards, but I know they existed. Probably for like a penny, you put it in and you got a card, and it looks like it may have been, possibly a tear off from a kind of sheet, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But what I also love about the card is, first off, the image itself is pretty clean. And I just love the day this was taken at Ebbets Field, a nice, bright, sunny day. This is also Campanella's last playing card, playing era card. It was 57 was his last season because of the accident that winter afterward in January, I believe it was, in 58. And I just, I love seeing Ebbets Field there early before a game starting, the shadow on the field down here. It's just a gorgeous card. I love it. And all of the Dodger 57 cards are like, I don't know if all of them are at Ebbets Field, probably not even on the same day, but they have so many great cards from that set that I love. And the New York Giants have some nice cards as well from the Polo Grounds, taken, maybe across maybe a day or two. And, the fact that, finally Topps had real photographs on their cards, which, they did on 54, but it was with the, color background and all that. But in terms of just photo dominating the shot like this, 57 was the first time they did that. And, some of them were, hit or miss, but the Dodger shots were great for the most part. And this Campanella is definitely one of them. So wanted to share that one. And then the last channel shout out I'm going to do here is the newest, I think, of the content creators that I'm shouting out here. He's got 34 subscribers. He's been making videos less than a month. Rob of Cash Cards. So Rob Cash Cards is the is his handle. Cash Cards is the name of the channel. I believe Rob is a Reds fan, Cincinnati Reds fan. I've seen a few of his videos talking about Reds history, Vada Pinson, Crosley Field, stuff like that. Encourage you to check that out. Check out Rob's channel. Again, all 4 of these channel shout outs are going to be in the description below, so I encourage you to give them a try and subscribe. Okay, the last card I'm going to share here, I alluded to 1954 Topps, and it is going to be a 54 Topps card, and it's number 1 in the set, Ted Williams in a 4. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the set, probably in my top 5, I'd say. I just love the swing action pose. Great smile from Teddy Ballgame there. The orange in this is really good. The color on this card is really nice. The corners are pretty rounded, but the centering is good and the image quality itself is good. So when I sent it in, oh gosh, probably almost 2 years ago now, this might have been my 2nd or 3rd grading submission, I was pleasantly surprised it got a 4 because I thought the rounded corners might prevent it from becoming a 4, from getting a 4. Here's the back. But yeah, the centering is I guess so good that, and the image quality is so good that they were able to give it a 4. So was really excited about that. It's a little bit of, kind of color loss there, a little bit. Same here. Top half of the card, kind of where your focus goes, really nice. So love that card. Let's see if I can, oh good, I was able to fit them all in here barely, so happy to do that. I never did show the Campy back. Let me just show the Campy back really quick. There's that. Or maybe I did show it really quick. It's a nice card overall. I love all 4 of these. So this was a great opportunity to take them out. So thank you very much, Dan, for the opportunity to participate in the VR here. That will wrap this video up. And with that, you all have a great weekend. I look forward to to doing another video soon. Got a couple, I got a few sketched out that I'm looking forward to getting done here in the days ahead. So take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and gosh, enjoy baseball. It's going to be a great weekend here in Michigan in the 80s, so perfect day to get outside, maybe even go to a ball game. Take care. Bye now.